Your clown nose.
Oh! Obviously, we have Kim Chi in the house. She is a food aficionado and critic, and now a food book writer.
Hello.
Wow.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Welcome to the pod.
So, there was like a video clip of you imitating like the real me comes out tonight. Fabulous Friday.
Oh, yeah.
There was one day I literally just had that on repeat. And I don't know, it was like ASMR to me. I could not stop watching it. It was just like on repeat. I was just like refresh. I gotta watch this again.
It's an earworm.
It's Friday.
And
the
now
weekend.
yeah.
The real me comes alive.
But I lost the link to that clip and I was like legit upset that I couldn't watch this anymore.
It's so good.
Like, so could you do it again for this podcast so I can watch this over again?
Of course.
Just the way you did it.
Ringtone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she kind of has
Start
like...
with Fabulous Fridays, but do the whole thing, like cheap bars.
She kind of like... Well, it's Friday, the weekend. The real me comes alive.
I really shouldn't have a drink, but
I really shouldn't have a drink, but you know, it is Friday, so I worked so hard.
And then
it's very that.
And then this is like also like a really random part of the internet that no one ever knows what I'm like referencing.
Yeah.
But in her Cheap Bars Tuesday video, you commented, "Bring back Welfare Wednesdays, you coward."
wait, what?
Well, originally it was called Welfare Wednesdays.
Yeah.
What is?
Well, I believe welfare has a different meaning in Australia.
Oh,
It might
gotcha.
mean faring well.
Okay. Yeah.
And the
But people were
comments
trying to like
were-
cancel her
not
for,
Pablo.
like making
Not-
fun of poverty or something. So
Yeah.
she had to change it to Cheap Bars Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you commented, "You bring back Welfare Wednesdays, you coward."
I just
And
like
I-
to mess with her.
And I quote that on a regular basis, and no one ever knows like what I'm quoting. And I feel like crazy for even have to explain this whole thing. And then after I explain it, people look at me like I like am on the spectrum, you know?
No. I do. If you're coming here to talk about personal rattles that you speak in your, this is the safe space. Me and my house either saying, "Okay, James from Wendy Williams," or Jane from the comeback. James or Jane at any given moment. Jane, absolutely not. Cut that. I just got in a fight with a person at the B-52. Well, I didn't get in a fight. I screamed. I don't want to talk. I'll talk about it. Okay.
No.
I was at the B-52s and I had 2 bottles of wine. I was feeling good. And I watched Devo and they were amazing. And I was just blown away. And, for me, surrounded by 60-year-olds from the 80s watching these bands, I'm in heaven, right? I'm feeling
Crack that
good.
whip.
Yeah, my arthritis is feeling good because I'm browned out. I'm just feeling really good. And I'm walking out of the menu and I see the knockoff merchandise.
Yes.
And I don't think people understand that you're not just stealing from Beyonce or whoever. The person who drew Beyonce's shirt, like, you're stealing from them. Do you not feel this way?
Okay, so
Or do you feel bootleg merch is good?
okay, so I have a very strong feelings about the bootleg merch.
What is it?
I do too.
Okay, so for example, like a lot of K-pop bands, they have merch, right?
Right.
But the merch, the design is extremely underwhelming. Sometimes it'll just like have their logo on it and no pictures or anything, because fans will buy them regardless, so they don't have to try to like make good designs. But then you go into the parking lot and you see some of like the most like well-designed, like creative design with all the members' faces on it. It's like super colorful, like impactful, and I'm like, that is actually a merch that I want to spend money on. I mean, granted, like a lot of artists has merch that is actually really good. Like Beyonce kills it. And not to mention a few.
Who has good merch?
But yeah, sometimes the bootleg
Dolly.
merch is better than the actual merch.
That's why they need to have little agents and managers go in the parking lot and poach those artists.
Well, this is the thing. The word bootleg to me is, okay, let's say this was the exact Beyonce graphic from the concert.
This is
bootleg
bootleg.
is that
This is
artist
bootleg.
is printing that same graphic and trying to pretend that it's an official Beyonce shirt.
Not
To
the
me-
ones I've seen.
To me, if it's somebody scalping, but they're selling an original design, that's not as jailable.
like this. This is a
Well-
restaurant and a person.
Right. This is a great example of somebody, if they were selling this in the parking lot, I almost feel like they should go for it.
Yeah, because it's 2 for
and
one.
I'm not saying you should buy bootleg merch. I'm just saying if I see like a bootleg artist, or bootleg salesman like trying harder than the actual artist,
Yeah.
and I'm only speaking specifically for K-pop,
Mm-hmm.
not like
Okay.
But they're making an original design that the artist
Yes.
doesn't sell.
yes, exactly.
And that's the difference. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
straight up copies of
Like
the official.
a
logo.
Xerox of a shirt, then on a shitty. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But then also like some artists are like basically billionaires,
And they're also making $1 million a night in merch.
Yeah, so I'm like, do I want to help this bootleg salesman who probably needs money for their family, or do I want to support a billionaire? I don't know. I'm morally conflicted in both ways.
I feel like a lot of times, let's say our Bald and Beautiful graphic, we don't even have all the rights to that image. So you're stealing,
so I can steal that.
but you're stealing from the photographer. So like the people used to come up and want us to sign 8x10s.
Oh, that's
scalpers,
a whole nother thing.
And I'm like, you got this printed at Kinko's. You're also, by signing this, I'm co-signing on you stealing this from the photographer.
I'm more offended that they don't know who we are.
Oh,
I'm more offended that they're not actually fans. Like once I actually learned that they're just like opportunists or whatever, they're scammers. I'm like,
yeah. Like I don't mind taking photos with anyone, but when people see like a lineup, like people forming around you, and then they want a photo just because they think you're someone famous, then I'm like,
isn't that strange?
That's how I feel about if I'm in drag walking to the car at the hotel, like through the lobby, and you see like a group of people and they want a picture just because they saw a crossdresser.
I was at a
They're
taco
not Trixie
truck.
fans. They're just like a drag queen. I'm like, no.
I was at a taco truck and some girls asked for a picture, and then the taco truck guy asked for a picture. He had no idea
Love
who
it.
I was.
Did you get a free taco? Were you at a taco truck in drag?
No, out of drag. He's like, "Are you famous?" I was like, "Not really." He's like, "Can I see your Instagram?"
What?
And then he was like, "Oh my god," because I have like 1 million followers, or whatever. And he was freaked out.
But see, at least if they're like upfront about it, I'm fine with it. When they start playing this game, like, do I know you from somewhere?
Oh, they're
you
trying
look
to
really
do
familiar.
Sylvia Brown.
And I'm like,
He drowned. Does that make sense?
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like, are you someone famous? And I'm like, do you want a picture? We can take a photo. Like, but let's cut the game.
Yeah. Oh, no games.
Yeah.
No games.
If you want a photo, I'll give you a photo.
Although
but the trade does that too, though. The trade is like, they'll act like they don't know you, and then they follow you on Instagram.
Oh my god.
And as they're leaving, they're like, "By the way, huge fan."
That shit.
Yeah.
So they're all liars. They should just be honest. They should be honest. Do what our fans do.
Yeah. Trixie, I hate you.
Thank you. Do what our fans do. Open your shirt, show the breastplate size portrait of us tattooed to the chest, and then we are like, you're
Start
verified.
crying. Start crying.
Yes, you're verified. You're in. What are the worst things going on in drag right now?
Worst things?
With the way people look.
The way people
I
look.
think
Let's
that
start
Kim
on the
has
left.
a very sharp and broadened awareness of all the different types of drag and skill levels. What do you think's the worst thing going on?
You do have a very sharp critical eye.
To be honest, I kind of like tuned out every other drag queen for like the past year.
What about
Not because like of anything, but I'm just focusing on me right now.
Honestly, besides having the guests that I see her, we're kind of the same. I mean, we don't.
for or against wet hair?
Wet hair, if they don't know how to style it properly, and
How do you style wet hair?
and then if it dries up and it gets like frizzy,
Mm.
I'm against that.
Do you think boobs will come back?
Has boobs been out? I'm so out of the loop what other drag.
There has
people are
been an alarming dearth of boobs in the drag scene,
doing. Oh.
especially on a frame that could use a breast.
Well, like in this economy, breastplates are probably expensive.
I'm not talking breastplates. I'm talking pantyhose filled
Talking
with
rolled
foam.
up socks, bird seeds.
Mary, I have batting in a pantyhose
Right.
with a tie for a nipple.
She does.
You felt them. You looked at them.
I've done more
You've
than that.
jerked off to them.
Shut up. I do feel like
You don't need
at the risk
silicone.
of sounding 100 years old, I do feel that kids today, like an A cup is a giant jug to them. You know what I mean? A huge like a cock destroyer titty is like truly a Band-Aid
like
over the
must
nipple.
be amputated because it's just too much.
I
Back
think
pain.
I'm worried that at some point the new flat chested will become carved out tissue. The drag queens will have concave surgery, top surgery,
Maybe humps. Maybe it'll just go to the back.
boobs to the back.
Yeah.
Finally,
No.
Maybe like legs, are optional.
Oh.
legs are boobs down the legs. Maybe the
Yeah.
boobs are just gonna move.
What?
Something I'm glad is gone was that like pastel like fetish gear, like PVC fetish gear.
Oh.
Do you remember that wave of that?
Oh, I
remember
remember
that.
like creepy. Yeah, like made some like really cool like harnessy things. Like in feminine colors, and then everyone and their mom, of course, started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's kind of.
But then you saw like every like terrible version of it.
Yeah.
I don't like when guys wear harnesses. Are you a horse?
It doesn't speak to me. I mean, I do hear gay guys say like, "Oh, a harness was the first time I felt like
A horse?
sexy.
Oh,
So I guess if it's a means to feeling good,
I guess so. I don't want to be a hater.
I guess there's
I'm
like a
such
subculture
hater.
that we are like not directly in, you know.
yeah,
So if you like harness, you know, props to you, mama,
yeah.
Yeah.
keeping the leather industry.
Kim and I, we did a show in Iowa where they suckered you and I into like.
Oh
all
my
right,
god,
at
doing
the
a,
end-
a group number?
Yeah, at the, end,
the
at the end, you guys are going to be in the group number. This girl was it?
It was, yeah.
Wow. And they were like, so she's going to do like a share mix at the end, I think. Share.
Mhm.
And you guys are going to come and you're just going to walk out and like 2-step. And then you're going to turn around and face the wall, put your hands on the wall and shake your butt. And Kim and I are like, what is the song?
Yeah.
What does the stage look like? What is the blocking?
Yeah.
And it was so hot in there that it was dripping condensation from the ceiling. And Kim and I are completely, it looked like if you took each of us and dipped us in like glycerin
Ugh.
and lacquer you'd use for the porch. We're just wet.
I
like a
remember
shell.
distinctively, we were both holding onto the wall, shaking our butt, and
this.
Trixie looks at me and goes, "Kim, what is happening?" But no,
she
with
was like,
sweat
"I
dripping
don't
off her
know."
nose. Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. And we're just doing this. And I'm not in a place where I will ever be like, will you just come on for the group? No, I can't.
No.
Unless there's a rehearsal for the group thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do the group thing. But something about drag queens is like, hey, we're just gonna. Although Lady Marmalade is, I think, the great equalizer of like, everyone in this room might know one or two of these verses,
Yeah, there's also no choreo.
which is why it's not good.
Well,
We all
but
know the verses,
No,
but
but
then
it's a
what? Eventually-
showcase.
But eventually, we're all out there together.
yeah, go on.
It's
It's corny. It's very, very played out. It's corny.
Also, what is your take on random like pop stars randomly using like drag queens as an accessory at their like concerts or music videos? I'm sure you get those offers like, hey, so and so is like doing a tour and they're gonna bring out a drag queen. It's not paid, but
Or what about them mopping their whole shtick or like their catchphrase and
oh yeah.
yeah,
Do you want to say any names?
we can blur it out.
Am I the drama?
Yeah,
We can blur out our mouths, but we will not cut the audio. Does that help? Does that help? Is that
Blur my face.
helpful?
Blur my face. But keep the
But keep the audio. Or tone my voice
so-
down
subtitle.
like Unsolved Mysteries.
Well, what we were saying
Cardi B.
Well, I guess I feel whenever I don't get asked very often to do those group things for celebrities,
Mhm.
but I always say no because I just feel like they'll tell you like, well, so and so really wants to feature you in a video, and you have to ask like,
Am I
how many
number-
other drag queens are going to be there?
Uh-huh.
Am I one of 35 drag queens that are
Yeah.
that are replaceable?
Because I don't feel like it, and there's often no pay.
Yeah.
I can think of a lot
But
of
it's such a
big
great
artists who've offered
opportunity.
me to do that shit for free.
It's such great publicity, though. I'm just kidding.
One time was like, we want you in a video.
One time,
Blur that
he's
out
like,
or subtitle it.
this
Yeah.
pop star asked me to be in their music video for $250.
Work.
Transportation not included.
Your costume and makeup costs more than that.
Yeah, it would have been better if they just said like, "Oh, we don't have enough money for budget or something," you know? Like,
Yeah. We're broke, we're desperate, we owe the IRS, but we love you so
But like,
much.
it's like, so you want to throw $250 my way, and then like what? Have me in staff for how many hours, and feel like you're like, it was really good seeing you at Chaperone. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Which she opened for what, 60,000 people?
Yeah.
It was. I was on at like 6:10, so I honestly didn't think any of my friends would. She texted me she was coming, and I was like, "Did the light just go out?" No. Stroke. She was like, "I'll see you tonight," and I knew I was on at 6:10, so I was like, "I don't think anybody will see me," but
Thanks for inviting
No,
me.
people like showed up at 4:00.
yeah, it was like a music festival.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Honestly, it's like smart.
Incredible.
And I've never seen a music festival where water was $3. And
What?
The staff was also going on passing on like free water to everyone, so people like don't pass out from it. Stuff was like reasonably priced. It was like a great experience. Honestly, Chaperone, like
wild.
props to you, mama. You know?
If you could have seen the dressing room they had for me, the luxury yurt with private air conditioning,
Oh.
multiple couches,
Damn.
a huge desk to get ready, and a lit mirror that was like this big.
Wow.
Treating the drag queens good.
She started on time?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
did Beyonce, 8:01.
I love Start on Time.
Oh,
I got-
everyone should start on time.
I got
you
hot
know?
hard and I came. 8:02, she was on there. I was like, oh.
When Cowboy Carter started on the dot, pretty much, I was
Could
like,
not
this
believe
is
it.
something.
Could not
It's like,
believe
let me
it.
tell you, I do not enjoy sitting around waiting. You know?
I don't either. And we had buffet.
Yeah.
Like we had food. I was like, I'm getting antsy.
It was Pride with Trixie.
Oh,
Featuring
where was it?
We filmed it at the precinct,
Oh my
featuring Trixie and her
God.
friends. But
It
then
was, yes, there was no air conditioning.
there was no air conditioning, and at one
What?
point, they had us hold these really heavy mannequins, and they had us dance with the mannequins in this like sweaty room while Trixie singing Malibu over and over again. And Monet and I were sweating so bad, and these mannequins were getting so heavy to the point it was like hard to hold them up. And we were looking at each other, like just listening to Malibu.
Uh-huh.
And now, like, whenever I come across Malibu, it automatically like triggers me.
Malibu. Yeah.
You
It's a
and-
lovely song. I wouldn't sentence any of my friends to a hot room hearing me sing it on repeat. I think that's kind of aggressive. But also it was also right during COVID. So that was why it was like we were doing a Pride special at Precinct.
I remember
like, no
you
air
talking
conditioning.
about this. It was like the night. It was like 400 degrees.
It was for YouTube, I believe.
It was,
And then I did a
Pride.
YouTube Pride special with Juno Birch, and there was also no air conditioning. So
You know why have air conditioning? It's overrated.
Yeah.
Especially in LA.
Oh my God. I just did the Bootleg's Halloween thing 2 weeks ago, last week.
How was it? What did you do?
I DJ
That-
for 45 minutes. Love it.
that outfit you wore was fabulous.
That ghost shit?
The beautiful.
Thank
the,
you.
it ghost. Yeah.
And I was leaving the venue, and the person came up and said, I just want to meet you. I run the venue. And I said, oh, what happened to the air conditioning? And it was like 1 a.m. in the alley.
Confront her.
And he goes, oh, we had one of our things went out. And I said, oh, bummer. 6th year in a row. Have a great night. Like, I don't care anymore. You don't have air conditioning and you keep lying about it. I won't be seeing you again.
Who's gonna be exposed tonight?
I don't like.